Hey everybody, it's gonna be a real short one today. It's been a busy week. If I ever have to give anyone advice ever again, be fearless, dive in. I think come Monday, I just kept looking at Facebook groups, like checking out new posts, and all of a sudden I'm like talking to someone who wants to like collaborate, and like I have like 3 thumbnail pages 3 days later. It's breakneck speed in terms of working with somebody. So I'll talk more about that in the future. I reached out to like a couple people about stuff that's either in the process of, or it's like still going, but very positive notes on that. I spoke with the guys I work with about shooting something for YouTube. I've been talking about it for a long time now, and surprisingly, people were just like down to do it. So if I ever have to give advice again, just jump right in, be fearless, like, but don't like look before you leap. I mean, let's be realistic now. But like, take the chance. Like don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Cliche, 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 all that stuff. I would be remiss if I did not mention that the Super Bowl is going to be this weekend. I've stated on multiple platforms my hatred of the Patriots. Okay, I got interrupted there for a second, so gonna just be transparent and say that I got interrupted there by something. As you can see, we're at the proper angle for how this thing is never leaving my car again. So if I ever have to shoot something, it's going to be like this, out of the way of the sun. It's not going to be getting any crotch shots of me if the thing falls from a vent, like it would with the other thing. I'm going to keep it. The one problem I've been running into is that I take a lot of photos and I have a lot of apps on my phone, and these things are not built to be great computers. So what I'm going to do eventually is just clear a lot of stuff off my phone, and just so that I have the space, because like I'm putting things on my I have things set up so that like they automatically go on my Google Cloud. So all that stuff, like I downloaded a lot of things for references so that I can like describe to people, like mostly artists, what it is that I'm looking for visually. So anyway, the one story that I submitted, or that I pitched, is being drawn up right now this week. So I don't know how long it's going to take. I think I met someone who's hungry to do it, and I really like. So, like I said before, be fearless. Like, I seriously, like, the one thing I finished reading this week was Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers, and it's published by Udon Comics, or Udon Studios. I forget. I know it's. I always call them Udon. So, Udon has the Capcom license, and they make some of my favorite books because they have like I'm not. I know who I want to say, but I can't say their names without butchering them. So here it goes. Like Omar Dogan, Ken Sui Chong is the writer. I always like his way of doing things. The old Street Fighter series, like the backups, oh my god, like they had some of my favorite artists on there. Corey Lewis. I want to say they had. I can't think of his, I can't pronounce his name. I want to say it was like Shinko or I have no, like there was this really cool Chun-Li story, or not Chun-Li, but Chun-Li's I don't know, what would it be, Sensei or Shifu? I know Shifu, I think, is Chinese, so I'm gonna go with Chinese, but I'm trying to remember what the term they used. Or is it Sifu or Shifu? No. Anyway, huge fan of Udon Comics and the books they want. I want to tweet at the one guy that's like, hey, can I pitch a Sean Matsuda? No, not Matsuda. Katsura. Anyway, Sean from Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I want to do a story about Sean versus the bottom tier fighters that you don't normally see that often, like Sean versus Q, or Sean versus E Honda, or Sean versus, because we sort of got that story with Ryu and Sakura in the old books, where Sakura learned from Ryu and all that, but they did a backup with Sean about Sean seeing Ken Masters on the TV, and like I want to do like from there, Sean getting his ass kicked by Sagat, Sean getting his ass kicked by Blanca. Just because I'm a huge Blanca fan, I would always pick Blanca to win for the most part. So that's the story. I feel like I want to get drunk and just like tweet the editor-in-chief of Udon and just like see what happens. But huge fan of those books. Like I would definitely recommend all those guys, because the art is sublime and the writing is like good. It's like they understand the story, they understand what people are looking for, and the past 8 months or so with Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers was well spent waiting. So back to what I was saying before, it's Super Bowl weekend this weekend. I'm looking forward to the commercials more than anything. Like, that's me. If it's my team in the Super Bowl, there's a decent chance of that sometimes. I've been fortunate enough to see 2 giant Super Bowls versus the Patriots that everyone thought they would win. So I've been fortunate to see those, and I've also been very lucky to like enjoy the Super Bowls properly with like a whole bunch of people. Like I am like in the past couple years I've been following football more, so I appreciate the game more. I appreciate the start of the narrative from, hey, 30 teams, 32 teams in training camp, they play out the season, like the ups, the downs, and then it all culminates at the last game of the year. So I'm going with the Eagles. I believe that they have the defensive power. Like, they were the best team in the league before Wentz went down, and then there was a big question mark with Nick Foles. Are we going to get Nick Foles that was like 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, or are we going to get Chip Kelly era Nick Foles, where Nick Foles didn't have a single goddamn person to throw to? Chip Kelly, freaking idiot, got rid of all their weapons because he thought he was Chip Kelly, and wherever he goes, they just produce yards. So anyway, going with the Eagles, and my goals this weekend is to do a live stream of the halftime commercials. So see you all there, folks. Peace.